I never give advice.
Okay.
Yes.
How do you get people?
My life is advice. Yeah. I believe in inspiring by example.
Hi, welcome to the Good City. This is episode 45, I think. We're doing something really fun as always, but this is the first where we're launching our entire new series called Book Reads. It was supposed to drop on Friday, but we're recording this on Saturday. I've got some really cool guests on my show today. You can see them here. But this is Roopa Pai, and with Milind Soman. You know Milind Soman?
Hopefully.
Okay, for those that don't know Milind Soman, can you introduce yourself?
I'm just a guy. Don't worry about the rest.
We know.
And I'm good looking, which you can see. That's all that's important.
Are you sure?
100%.
Okay, I'll add in all the things about him on the video.
You will?
Yes.
That's sweet.
And
Roopa Pai, come on!
Roopa Pai. So Roopa, my journey with Roopa Pai goes back way back. She's actually seen me grow up from a kid to this gigantic figure. Roopa actually made me. My twist with running goes way back. I think when TCS launched the first 10K in Bangalore.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, not TCS. It was Sunfeast.
Sunfeast. Yeah. I can't even remember.
I think it was 2006 or 2005. So, Milind, Roopa, how did you all come together to write this book?
You tell.
I'll tell. Okay. So, basically, in 2016, when the Rio Olympics were going on, I was suddenly inspired to write these little stories about our athletes who are going to be taking part in the Olympics.
Who nobody ever writes about.
Okay.
And also, the time difference worked out really well because the day would start around 3:30 in the afternoon, India time, at Brazil. So, it gave me enough time in the morning to construct a nice story about one particular athlete, a female athlete mostly, who was taking part that evening, and write a little story on it. So,
why did you write? You've never written about athletes before.
No, but I've always followed sport.
Yeah.
And
you never practiced?
Never practiced, nothing.
Just followed?
Yeah, just followed.
And then?
I have no idea. So these are things that have happened to me in my life, that suddenly I get inspired to do something, I do something.
And then
something happens. Yeah, so this has always happened to me. So
this is 2016.
2016.
And then how did both of you all come together?
Wait, so these stories went very viral for some reason. Everybody began to enjoy them and share them, and first post various newspapers, online newspapers wanted to carry them, and they just found some traction across India and abroad. And suddenly, maybe into the 5th or 6th day that I was doing these stories, and I was also picking up pace and writing better stories, I think. I was inspired. And suddenly I get this comment on the stories from somebody called Milind Soman.
Okay.
Saying,
somebody called? Okay,
yeah,
that's
you
nice.
write so well. And I'm like, wait. And I was getting so many friend requests at that time, I couldn't even keep pace because I was like every day spending like 4 to 5 hours constructing the story. And I was like, wait, Milind Soman, wait, can't be that guy. So I went can't be that guy.
Okay.
So I went and stalked the profile and it was him. And I'm like, seriously? And then I just,
did you say thank you?
I did. I said very casually, as if this happened to me every day. Thank you, Milind. And my thank you, Milind, got so many likes.
Oh, wow.
So then I thought, and he sent me a friend request. Okay. So I was like, yes, accept. And after that, I thought that was the end of that. But then a year later, you want to tell. You tell.
I forgot.
No. Okay. So a year later, and Penguin had been pursuing him for a long time, asking him to write his memoirs. Okay, and he was fobbing them off with whatever reason, mainly saying nobody will be interested in this memoir. Okay. Who is interested in my story? Until one of his partners in a company they have called Speaking Minds, this woman called Raga De Silva, she sort of got after his life and said, no, you better write this book, it's important, it needs to be recorded. And he agreed, and he told Penguin, okay, I'll do it. And then they started looking for authors to write it. And then he said, no, I don't want any author at all. There's this woman on Facebook, she used to write these posts.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. And please find her and get her. If she writes it, I'm okay. And they said, but it has to be a writer, no? It can't be somebody who puts a Facebook post. And he said, well, she can write, so check her out. And then they checked me out and they said, oh, so we know of her.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the children's books. So then they said apparently that, we've been trying to get her on board.
Actually, they said, no way, this is Roopa Pai, are you crazy? They said, she's so famous, how can we just go and ask her to write a memoir? She's never done it before, she writes children's books and they're really popular. So I said, just ask her and see. If she says yes, great. If she says no, we'll look for somebody else.
But she said yes.
So we were all happy.
And so from about 2017 till about last year.
Yes.
It's about 2.5 years.
It was a marathon.
Okay.
It was.
And did you sign up for any Pinkathon races?
I did go, yes,
Okay.
yes. I did for one, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you came with somebody?
Yeah, I came with two others.
Two others.
Yeah, so we did Pinkathon. But I only did 5 km. I didn't do it. Yeah.
still
But I wanted
still went out in
mostly
that.
for
I was there.
I wanted to check out the
For the follower.
atmosphere.
Yeah, two other
yeah,
You know,
yes.
participant.
I mean,
Yes,
even if it
yes,
was 1K,
yes.
it was great.
Yeah,
Going out
yes.
in that.
Yes, I did.
That's
yeah.
important.
Yeah.
So, on that note, Milind, I see a lot of synergy on that. On that note, in terms of getting people out there and to start running. How and when did you start Pinkathon? How did that come about? I mean, I know we've read the stories on the internet and things.
You have. What
Yes.
did you do? What did you do?
I read a lot of things and I heard from
See?
all the park runners and things like that. But come on, give us a.
So I just noticed in about 2010 or so that running was becoming really popular in India, which was very strange because, as we know, India doesn't have a culture of sports or fitness or active lifestyle. And thousands of people were beginning to run, and there were hundreds of running events being organized, but I saw that the participation of women was really low. It was like 4%, 5% in every event. And because I'm an event manager, and I've been for more than 30 years, I said that, let me create a space which is only for women. We'll create a small run, and let's see if they are encouraged, because it's only for them. Because we knew that two of the biggest obstacles that women had was one, that to think that sports and running and exercise is for men. It's not something that women do. This is a kind of idea in general that women have, not only in India, all over the world. And the second one was, which could be particular to India, that there are thousands of men running. What will I do there? Even a family would say that 10,000 men, 200 women.
In a safe place.
Is it safe? We don't know. So we thought that if we created this kind of a space, it would take care of those two main obstacles. And the response was incredible. We did the first one in 2012 in Mumbai. There were about 2,000 women who participated, which is not a big number, but their excitement was humongous. It just blew us away. And we also realized at that point that there was no space that existed, and probably globally, where women could get together just to celebrate the fact that they were women, and to celebrate their health, and to celebrate just being themselves, without anybody, having an opinion about it, and without there being any religious angle to it or any political angle to it. They were just there as themselves, as a community. And that's what they were actually so excited about. And again, so the Pinkathon is not just about running. It's about getting together as a community to inspire and motivate and encourage each other to take out some time out of your busy life for yourself, so that you can actually achieve and dream whatever you want to for yourself.
Okay.
So in fact, we had our first promotional line, which was "The cause is you."
Okay.
Because marathons are always associated with some cause, of doing good in society and helping underprivileged people. And we said, yes, all that will be done, but remember, the first cause is yourself, and this you're doing for yourself, and that's how it's going to work.
Okay.
So that's how it became popular.
Sweet. And also, at some point, while being India's fittest model.
Fittest model?
Yeah.
Okay.
After
That also, yes.
you started a production house.
Yeah.
At what point did you realize you wanted to be an entrepreneur?
So I started my first company in 1989, which is when I just started modeling, because I saw that so many events were being done, and it was actually very ad hoc at that time. There were no big event agencies. Maybe Wizcraft had started a couple of years earlier, and I thought it was exciting to create these experiences for myself. If I could do something new for other people, it could also be something that I was doing for myself. So I had done that for 31 years, and everything that I got into, for example, television, which I started in 1995 with A Mouthful of Sky on Doordarshan as an actor, and I really was so fascinated by how it was done, behind the scenes,
Right.
that I started my own production house.
Okay.
The next year, I think, with And we created our first Hindi serial, which I acted in, called Margarita,
Right.
for Zee TV. So everything that I have been interested in, I've tried to create a business around so that more people can help me experience it.
And along that way, obviously, passions played a huge role in terms of if you weren't passionate about it, you wouldn't be able to be doing it.
Well, I don't think I was. If I was passionate, I'm passionate about exploring.
Okay.
Per se,
Okay.
not about any particular thing. If it appeals to me at some level, I want to know more about it. That's what it is. So it's not about running, or it's not about swimming, or sports, or any particular thing. It's about me and my mind and who I am, and just learning more.
Okay. On that note, what's your take now after all these years in sport, in terms of how the country is responding to sport? People are signing up at gyms, people are going out to public places, but it's still not
You've become a triathlete.
Yes,
That's
I know.
a big thing.
I met Milind in Covent Park in 2013, and I saw this entire flock of women going like, Milind, oh my god! And I think there were some friends, Dharma and Tim and things like that, who introduced me to him. And thank God back then he didn't have this thing of doing 20 push-ups for the selfie. Probably do like 20 burpees at some point today for the selfie. Yeah.
Nice.
And I got inspired back then. I started a cycling movement where we took people cycling at night on Thursday nights. So Monday to Wednesday.
With headlamps.
Yeah, with headlamps,
And
with
helmets.
reflective gear, with helmets.
Nice.
At some point, we had like, I think 400 people
Wow.
on a Thursday night who would show up after work.
Wow.
And this is completely free.
So you do this every Thursday?
We used to, but
Why did you stop?
right now we've kind of pulled the plugs because of the traffic in Bengaluru. It's insane.
In the
It's not
night
safe.
also.
Yeah, it's not safe for people to cycle unless you're out there. And then a whole bunch
Unless you
of
carry this.
yeah, and you kind of
Then it might be
run
safe
around.
and better exercise also.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then there are a whole bunch of things. So then there are other bunch of whole things. And then at some point I got diagnosed with diabetes in 2016.
Oh.
So I was borderline, and I spent most of my college till about 2012, I think, undergrad. And then, you know, like most young kids, you go out, you go partying, you go have a drink, you do a couple of other things. And then we saw the telltale signs of that. In 2016 I got diagnosed. I went for a Bengaluru
Oh, you
FC
know what they
game.
are. Sorry.
Sorry.
You got diagnosed.
Yeah, I got diagnosed, and then, you know, the usual thing where when you go to doctors, I'm sorry, a lot of big.
Yeah, you can go to doctors. It's okay.
Yeah, so you go to doctors, and then they give you a bunch of prescriptions, and you kind of stick to that.
That's not good.
Yeah, I mean,
That's not good.
it's not good if you don't go out and work out. Also, right? You can puff pills all day long. Right? Yeah, and then 2017, I met Nisha Millet.
Yes.
Yeah, and
What was she doing?
she opened a 50-meter pool at our
Yes,
school.
yes.
And that was transformational. I mean, you being a swimmer, I know the first chapter of the book that talks about Milind's acquaintance with swimming. I think someone pushed you.
You haven't read the book.
No, someone pushed you in the book.
But you haven't read
Someone
it.
pushed
You
I
haven't
read
read it.
It's the first chapter, the second
What's the
chapter.
first line? It's a really beautiful line. Let me read it. Yeah, see, it's a really nice line. And Aditya, it would have been nice if you read it. You'll have to do extra burpees for that.
Done.
When I was about 5, my pet rabbit Benjamin wandered out into the snow and froze to death. I don't think it's a line you would forget. Right?
Right.
It's easy to catch people, I guess.
Okay, so in one of the pages, which I will not open up right now, there was a note where, as his life began in Bombay, his parents had signed him up for a swim class, right? And in that swim class, he had a particular coach whose name I cannot remember. That's a very Mumbai thing. But in terms of the lovely coach.
Okay, but that's not happened. I'll tell you.
Okay.
So there was I don't know actually if this is in the book, but I was lucky enough to have a pool right next to my house.
Right, it had about 10,000 odd
members.
members in it.
30,000.
30,000.
And I went there with my neighbor in one summer. I must have been 9 years old, and he pushed me into the pool, into the deep end, and I didn't know how to swim.
Okay.
It was a joke, and very risky. Never do it. And I kind of struggled and got to the side, and everybody was laughing. I don't know why. But I kind of enjoyed it. I was not afraid, and I wanted to learn how to swim after that.
But did you have any friends along the way that were afraid of swimming? Or afraid of the deep end?
All my friends are afraid of swimming.
Okay.
My wife doesn't swim.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I wasn't, and I enjoyed being in the water, and I started to train almost immediately with the coach at that pool, Basi Hakim is his name. So then I started training with Percy almost immediately, and the next year I represented Maharashtra at the national level and won a medal.
Okay.
And that was a great incentive for me to continue. So that was the beginning of my swimming story.
Sweet. And then eventually other sports.
Not really. For 13 years I represented Maharashtra at the national level. I was national champion for the last 4 or 5 years and the national record holder. So swimming at that level didn't really give me the time or energy to do anything else. I was swimming 65 kilometers a week, which is more than what I run now. Right? So that 65 kilometers a week, which was quite intense, created a really, I think, amazing foundation for physical and mental fitness for me.
Okay, sweet. All right, so that's it.
Read the book.
Yes, sir. But on a short note, yes, so I at some point got diabetes, and now I'm training to be a diabetic triathlete.
Super.
I got inspired by you a couple of years ago when you did the Goa Swimathon. You did the 5K.
Okay.
And I've signed up for it. So I did the 2K I did the 1K 2 years ago. I did the 2 last year, and this year I'm doing the 5K in exactly a month's time.
I didn't do the 10K. Are you sure?
You did the 10K too.
I did the 10K. 5K is for sure.
Yeah. That must be in the box.
Okay.
Yeah.
I swim.
I would never sign up for a 5K.
Okay. Fair enough. Ex-national champion.
But the thing is, I was a competitive swimmer in 100-meter sprint.
Okay.
This
But
is a
never
10 kilometers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 kilometers.
So now I like endurance swimming,
Yeah.
but at that time I was.
You've also done Ironman, you've done triathlon.
Ultraman.
Okay. What's next?
Just do triathlons. I've only done 2 triathlons in my life.
Okay.
One is Ironman, one is Ultraman.
What's next?
I don't know. I'll find something on the net. On Facebook, and maybe that will be a challenge I'll take on.
Okay. And what's your advice to other people out there who aren't active yet? I've got some friends here.
I never give advice.
Okay.
Yes.
How do you get people?
My
to
life
get
is
out
advice. Yeah. I believe in inspiring by example.
there? Okay.
And that's not why I do it, but I think people are inspired more by watching other people do good things than they are being told to do good things.
Right.
And I think it's all of us have a responsibility that if we do something good, we must put it out there to inspire other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good here.
It's like you're doing the triathlon, you're telling people,
Yes.
and when you do it, they're going to say, wow, Aditya could do it. What am I waiting for?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you have diabetes, you have any other disease, it's not the end of the world. You
Yeah.
can go out there and do it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The biggest disease we have is a mental disease.
Mental disease.
We all have mental disease which stops us from doing stuff that we can easily do.
Exactly. Awesome. Alright, thank you both for your time. See you. Milind Soman Roopa Pai. Buy the book.
Read it!